How sweet it is. Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. And thank you for tuning into this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys because things happen late at night, late in the evening, first thing in the morning, Terrence Williams. And you don't want to miss out on anything. Definitely want to keep up to speed, so thank you for tuning in. And we are now open for business. Whew. Sadly, it's another Sunday without football. But this isn't just any Sunday. This is Memorial Weekend Sunday, the unofficial start to the summer. I know the real summer doesn't start till June 21st or somewhere around in there. But this is the unofficial beginning. This is when everybody's going to the beach. This is when everybody's pools open up. This is the beginning of the summer. We have made it through the NFL winter. We've made it through the NFL spring. We've got the OTAs. We've had the draft. We've had free agency. Now it's time to start putting together everything on the field. We got a couple more weeks of OTAs. And then we've got minicamp. And then we have that period when NFL owners and GMs start holding their breath. It's that last layoff after minicamp and training camp opening up, where NFL players are free to do whatever they want. Their last grasp of freedom before the grind that begins the NFL season. And that's when GMs are just saying, please, oh please, please, don't be my guy, the guy that gets in trouble. But I'm going to give something for you guys who love to talk about me, who love to tell me how much of an idiot I am, how much I truly love Dak Prescott, how much I believe in him. You know, Mark, you're an idiot. The guy sucks. He's a bum. Get him out of here. Can't throw past 2 yards. Can't lead a team to victory. He's a bum. He sucks. He's a nobody. And you're just blind. I can't wait till next year to laugh at you because you are so wrong. The first thing I have to question is, are you a Cowboy fan? Are you actually hoping that he fails? I don't seem to understand that, because ultimately, if Dak Prescott succeeds, the fact that you got him in the 4th round, you didn't have to do like the Eagles had to for Carson Wentz, trade up all these draft picks. You'd have to do like these guys did to move up in the draft this year, giving up pick after pick after pick. And the fact that you were only paying him $600,000 a year enabled you to go ahead and be able to move on from Tony Romo, a guy that we're still paying on the cap this year. If it weren't for Dak Prescott, I know you guys will say, but we had Tony Romo. Tony Romo had gotten to the point where he couldn't stay on the field. Fact, Tony Romo was great. The team let Tony Romo down, but however, it was Tony Romo's body that was beginning to fail him. Out 2015. As soon as he got back 2016, first game, boom, preseason, gone. And you know it wouldn't be a full season at that point ever again for Tony Romo. Can you imagine if he'd went in the Atlanta game? Yeah. But we have been blessed to have that guy. And, you know, all you guys that keep saying, get him out of here. And I know you think Cooper Rush is the guy. Or Mike White. Always the most popular guy on any NFL team is the backup quarterback. Until they play. But here's what's interesting. Vegas, soon to be home for the Raiders. Vegas, you might think, knows what they're doing. You never hear about Vegas going bankrupt or losing money. Vegas always seems to get it pretty right. They have Dak Prescott installed as the 8th favorite to win MVP. Interestingly enough, right there with Matt Ryan, a guy who I said is, take out 2016, he's just another guy. Former MVP, Matty Ice. Right there with him as well is Cam Newton, another former MVP. He's in pretty good company. So apparently, Vegas doesn't buy into your assessment of Dak Prescott being the worst quarterback in the NFL that will be working concession stands by year 4, as some of you say. 8th, I got to tell you, you might want to put a little chunk of change on that. I mean, the odds would be pretty good. A few $1,000s might just get you close to that $1 million. But a lot of you will say there's no chance for him to get anywhere near MVP. He doesn't have a number 1 wide receiver. True, we're a running team, which makes it more difficult. But if you take a look at, say, New England, and I hate to always use New England as an example, but New England, sorry, they've been able to stay at the top, a longer dynasty than anybody's ever had. 5 Super Bowls, just like us. Tom Brady, old as dirt. Think about it. I'm only 12 years older than Tom Brady. Tom Brady, MVP? Anyone? MVP last year. With his leading receiver only having 69 catches, and that's Gronk. Cook, 65. But what he does is he distributes the ball all over the field. From 69 to 40, it's a group of about 6 or 7 guys. You keep defenses guessing, where is the ball going to go? And he did that also last year with him losing his best wide receiver. Now, I'm not saying he's Tom Brady, although he did break Tom Brady's interception record to start a career. But when you start looking at guys like Hearns, and the talking heads will tell you that the Cowboys have never had a 1,000-yard wide receiver, but Allen Hearns actually did, so they got that wrong. You got a bunch of guys that are hungry, that want to make their mark. You know, there's a power vacuum there, so it's going to be, who's going to step up? Is it going to be Hearns? Is it going to be Michael Gallup? Is it going to be Cole Beasley, who actually led the Dallas Cowboys in 2016 in receptions? And the interesting thing is, as you say, the Cowboys are a running team. But in 2014, Tony Romo was a candidate for MVP. Tony Romo had his best year statistically ever. Not in yardage, but completion percentages, touchdown passes, all those were through the roof. Dez Bryant, great season. But they also had DeMarco Murray, who rushed for 1,800 yards. A lot of you guys think that if you throw for 5,000 yards and everything else, everything's going to be great, but you become one-dimensional. If you look at Drew Brees' best seasons, threw over 5,000 yards, yet the teams were 7-9. Now you could say, well, maybe it was all the defense, but I'm just pointing out that the numbers there aren't the be-all, end-all. Having balance, keeping people off balance by distributing the ball. If we know we got a number 1 wide receiver here that we know he's going to try and get the ball to him, he's going to make plays. He's going to make plays. But that becomes the focal point. You can put 2 people on him. When you have the ball going all over the place, everybody's got their head on a swivel. It was over here this time. Oh, no, it's over here. No, next time it's over here. Where is this thing coming? And that's what you have to do to win and be successful, especially with our offense. And in other news, Orlando Scandrick. Somebody got underneath the skin. And believe me, people try to get under your skin all the time. I know I get people all the time trying to get underneath mine. Somebody had tweeted to him about going to the Washington Redskins, that he wanted to face the Cowboys 2 times a year. Of all 30 other teams that he could have gone to. Why pick the Washington Redskins? And basically, he said, I don't give a F about the Dallas Cowboys. So he definitely is looking forward to playing the Cowboys. But I have to question going to Washington myself, because we've had a lot of players go from Dallas to Washington. Jason Hatcher, Chris Canty, James Washington, Deion Sanders, Alvin Harper. There's a long list. A long list. But none of them have gotten back in the Pro Bowl, had any success, or even stick with the team more than 2 seasons. It's so bad that even here in Washington, they make fun of it. Because they know players from Dallas going to Washington just don't work. So, it's Memorial Weekend. I've got some more work I want to do on the house. I was planning on doing some barbecue and pulled pork and stuff, but we're supposed to get about 3 inches of rain this afternoon, so that kind of messes that whole thing up. But one thing that you guys have actually asked me about doing is, you've seen me doing work and stuff in my house or other people's houses and things, and they said they want to see some videos on how to do stuff. So I put out a video last night where I was working on building my fire pit. It's about 30 minutes long, but you see a lot of details and stuff on how I did the brickwork and how it's set up, and the inner workings for the burner and cutting the slate and things. So you may want to check that out. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but hey, it's something different. If you like it, just go ahead and like it, check it out. I'm going to be building an outdoor chaise lounge as well. So I'll do a video on that, and maybe that'll just help you get through the NFL summer before we get to the fall with football. Hope you guys have a great and productive Memorial Weekend. And if you see a vet, make sure you say thank you. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo. And I got some work to go do. I'll see you soon.